Mary, you'd like to ask or say? It's ask.
It's an ask, sort of spirit inspired.
Yeah.
So are you saying that every community that experiences a great deal of pain and suffering is experiencing a penalty based on a breaking of a law?
They are, and it could be that, yes, I am saying that they are, but again, you've got to be careful about how far you go here, because there's often community decisions are based upon passed down ideas or concepts that are out of harmony with love. So they're often passed down through religion, or they're often passed down through politics, or they're often passed down from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child. And as a result, a community that grows finishes up having much the same attitudes as a result of those particular things. Now, God doesn't collectively punish the community. Each individual, though, will be punished based upon, or penalised based upon, their individual feelings about that and their individual actions about that. But because most of their individual feelings and individual actions are the same, then of course it looks like the community is being punished as a whole. Does that make sense? Because the penalty is the same for each of them if their actions and the cause are the same.
And what about communities that seem to be sinning a lot,
yes,
but also seem to be living in relative comfort?
Well, when you say those communities are usually oppressive communities, they oppress other communities, and from God's perspective, while might be right on earth, it certainly is not in the spirit world. And when I say might's not even right on earth from God's perspective either, but God, the souls of every one of those individuals is being penalised. Yep. So there are some countries, for example, like America at the moment, and European countries and Australia, Western countries, where we have spent a lot of time raping and pillaging the other countries of the world. And as a result of that, our soul condition is darker, even though we think it's not. Our soul condition is actually darker than many of those people who pass in the poorer countries. Does that make sense? And so we are being penalised every moment that it happens. But just because we then feel that we can oppress another country and have relative comfort in this life, it doesn't mean that our soul condition is good. Our soul condition remains bad and continually degrades. Yeah. Now, so that means actually Western countries on the average are in a much worse soul condition than other countries, and therefore Western countries need to make the more changes than other countries as a collective if we're going to come into harmony with love. And also, Western countries are going to find it more difficult because you get more of your addictions met, and therefore you're going to have a lot more anger about releasing those addictions than the other countries have. So, most Western countries I observe have this superior viewpoint that they are actually better than those other countries that they're raping. And as a result, their condition from God's perspective is actually worse. Yep. Make sense?